Boy, I thought Canada was really good, and they played through a difficult whistle. There was an article in one of the magazines or papers today, somewhere online, that asked, "Does Canada have the best defense at the Olympics?" I got to tell you, the point guard from Spain, the converted American, he's going to be seeing Lou Dort and Nikhil in his sleep. The ball pressure exhibited by Canada forced 15 turnovers by France, 21 points off those turnovers. And to me, that's the difference. And the European and international teams playing their offense very much like a soccer team would, pass the ball 10 times before you shoot. Well, they're passing up open shots when the pressure is off, but then the pressure comes back at them. And I think Spain had 2 or 3 shot clock violations today. They had one shot that just beat the buzzer for 3 and numerous turnovers because of the pressure. So the ball pressure has been really good by Canada, really, really good. And I'd like to see them play even faster when they take advantage of the turnovers off the ball pressure. That said, they're getting good shots. They're knocking them down. RJ Barrett's been arguably the second best player on the team from an offensive standpoint, and Shea's been tremendous.
The game everybody wants to see, of course, is the game against the U.S.
Yeah.
And everything that will happen in Paris will be determined by their performance against America. Do you think they have shown you enough in 3 games now to give you any confidence?
They have, Bobcat. They have.
Really?
Like I said, they've played through a tough whistle. And I don't think in that game in Vegas, if you go back and watch it, Canada got off to a great start against the U.S.
Yes, they did. And then they fell apart.
They fell apart, but they stopped showing stuff. They wanted to see how the U.S. would, I think, react to certain things and then put the dogs back in the cage. And the U.S. was just finding themselves. They've really improved since then. But from what I understand and what I've read, Canada can't be on the same side as the U.S. in the draw right now.
Correct.
Because they're finished in the number 2 hole. U.S. is probably going to finish in the 1 hole.
Right.
And then I just left the stadium, and Germany's playing France, and one of them is going to be 3. So we'll probably end up, if things work out, in a semifinal playing France or Germany.
Right.
For the right to play for the gold medal.
Exactly.
And to your question, Bob, I have seen enough from Canada to show me I think they could be very competitive against the U.S.
Really?
Yeah. So I think the rebounding might be an issue, Bobcat.
Yeah.
Because they're not as big. The loss of Zach Edey really hurts there. But I think it's going to be more of an NBA style game rather than a FIBA style game where we're adapting to. So I'll take my chances there.
Actually, I want to get back to that, but I want to deal with the game today against Spain a little bit more. In my mind, they won it at the end of the second quarter.
Absolutely, John.
Where it seemed like Spain was forcing the issue, and then all of a sudden it went from them being up 7. Next thing you know, they were up 11, and that, when you look at how Spain whittled away in the second half. And that's something that we haven't necessarily seen very often. You know it better than I do from a Canadian national team. It really is. There is some resiliency to this team, isn't there?
Yeah, John, that's a great point. I mean, a lot of people look at the end of a ball game and look at the fourth quarter, but they made their move, as you said, right before halftime. And again, you go back and you look at the defense, the ball pressure. I think the hoop that put them up 11 was a steal by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right out in the open court against Sergio Llull. And he took it in for a dunk, and he was kind of mugging for the camera on the way through.
That was the tongue out, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the tongue out. And I thought, like I said, the ball pressure was tremendous. And John, to your point, they made the break in that second quarter. Canada had the lead for 35 minutes of that game. And I happened to be sitting 2 rows behind Jordi Fernandez's wife, a row behind the Barrett family. And I just thought we got to hang on to this. Like it's, Spain led for 2 minutes of that game, 2:54.
Mhm.
You make your break, and it's like a teenage kid going to a bar with a little bit of money. You make sure that money lasts for all the drinks that you need.